Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Watching Ghostbusters is a better show, though. This is true. Hello, Laura. Hey, Deb. How are you? Monday, it is cold, cold, cold. We were so hoping that we would have the weather we had last year for Waynesboro / Gettysburg when it was 50, 60 degrees. But looks like it's going to be December. So it's going to be a little chilly. So we got our.
We are too, Allie.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that. Please don't. Please don't distract her and have her jump ahead because she will. But it's going to be cold. And we got our long johns and our thermals and our hoodies and our hats and our gloves. So we're ready to enjoy it no matter what the weather. It's December. It's supposed to be that cold. I mean, there's hot chocolate and all that good stuff downtown Gettysburg, which I will be partaking in all of that.
Last year, they had a bunch of singing reindeer. They had all of the reindeer out there singing on the Lincoln Square there, which was pretty cool. We had a photo with them all.
She doesn't even describe what it is. She just says singing reindeer.
Yeah. They're people dressed as reindeer that were singing.
There you go. When are you guys going back to the Creeper Gallery? It's always the first question, isn't it? It's going to be freaking cold in Gettysburg this weekend. Yes, it's going to be, like I said, it's December. It's going to be cold.
But the cold hurts.
It is what it is, man. It's December. We've been in there. Every year we've gone for the holidays celebration. It was cold except for last year. Last year was the first year it was warm, but
it was cool, but it wasn't. The sun was out and it was warm. Comfortable.
Yeah,
so I think we had jackets still.
Yeah, but not like we're gonna.
Yeah, not like
we're gonna be dressed like the kid from Christmas Story this time with our arms. We can't put our arms down.
So can well now I'll wait. Hey John.
I'm just watching one of the Muppets next to me, or Charlie Brown, whichever one it was that does this.
Hey.
What were you going to bring up that you just stopped?
I was going to say about the Hoover House investigation, but I'm going to wait.
Why?
You want me to announce what we're going to
do? It's funny. Let me tell you what's funny. In case you don't know. Tomorrow night, we're going to have Jason Hawes and JV Johnson on. And for those of you who don't know, Jason has his own YouTube channel. And Jason and JV, for years, they did interviews together. And they did these like segments when they talked about all different things and on their radio show. And now, after Ghost Hunters ended, JV and Jason go out and do investigations. And they film them and then they air them on Jason Hawes' YouTube channel. So Jason Hawes came to the mine last month and was there for 2 days, which was really, really cool. And again, we got to hang out with them a lot and had a really good time. So I wanted to confirm. The idea was that the episode would air and then we were going to do the interview or the discussion, but the episode isn't going to be ready for at least a few weeks. So I said to Jason, do you still want to come on and just do an interview, or do you just want to push it back, or what do you want to do? And he's like, no, we'll still come on. He said we could, discuss the mine and reference it, but the episode's not going to air for a while. So we started talking about social media, which I'm sure we'll do tomorrow during the interview. And him and I were going back and forth about the way things are and how the world is and all that other stuff. And I had mentioned to him that there are people that watch our stream from I don't know where. They're new to our stream every now and then, and they look at it as we bicker and we're going back and forth, and it's like and he actually gave us a really good compliment. He's like, you two are real. You can tell you've been together for a long time, and it's just genuine long relationship. The way people act. Yeah, she's a mean cuss, and I'm understanding to a point, and then even I have to argue back. It's just even Mother Teresa, I'm sure, cussed every now and then with the people around her, but I do what I can. But anyway,
I'm a very restrained person.
we were talking about that, and again, it should be a could you empty the coffee, because I'm afraid if you have any more that you're just going to be like Tom Cruise when he was on Oprah jumping on the couch talking about when he was
That's
getting married.
not gonna happen.
Speaking of getting married, nice segue. See how smart I am? You see how I just
Slip that
do
right
that,
in there.
and it's seamless. It really is. We're doing okay. I know I saw that snow by you, Selena. It was a mess.
We got the cold, but not the snow.
Thank God. We don't want any of that stuff.
Let alone to be away and then come back to that and have to dig into to get to your door.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So yeah, we did have a meeting at Germania Park on Monday with Carl and Susan, very, very nice people. And as we mentioned before, we did lock in the date of June 14th, 2025. A lot of people reached out, which is great. A lot of people want to come and attend and be part of it, which is awesome. We're really looking forward to what that day is going to look like and how many people are going to be there and just having a good time. That's really all it's about, is that we had plans on what we were going to do or how we were going back and forth between, originally it was going to fly out to Vegas and do that. And then it was going Woodbridge and doing it at the Barron Arts Center, and then try to find a place to go after the Barron Arts Center. And then we just said, why don't we just go somewhere where people could be outdoors and just make it just a big barbecue party and have everybody together who we know. This way we, we don't exclude anybody.
This way we don't have to limit anybody, and anyone who wants to come. And all we say is because, the more people that come and everything, I started a list on Facebook, and people are responding of what they're going to bring. So we ask if you're going to come. The only expense there is that bring. No, but if you bring something that goes towards, it's to provide for everybody there. We're all chipping in to do it, and it's awesome. You
don't have to.
You don't.
Hello, Lauren. How are you? Pam, how are you? Yes, speaking of Pam, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash will be announcing their guests soon for their July convention. And of course, we will be there. I do this because we're not celebrity guests, because we're not celebrity, but apparently you don't have to be a celebrity to be a celebrity guest. So maybe we would fit that bill regardless, because you could just go, I'm a celebrity, and there you are on a poster. Anyway, I will be bringing +1 64 today. Well, good for you.
Nice.
Anyway, so we were talking about next weekend and the fact that we will be in Waynesboro Friday, Saturday, leaving on Sunday. Saturday is the big downtown Gettysburg holiday jubilation that we call it. And yes, it will be cold, and yes, dress warm if you're coming.
Bring your woolies,
or stay in where it's warm, in restaurants and whatever you want to do to stay warm. But we were talking about the ghost hunt part of it, which is what people are coming for. Now, normally, the last 2 years or however many years we've done this, it was the Hoover House. That's what we investigated. Problem was, we want different areas to do different things and spread out some more. So across from the Hoover House, which is like across the street and a little bit of a tiny walk, you're not even going that far, you're going like out in the corner, is, thank you for that, Debbie. Is, I don't know the name of the Oliver.
Pam, what's the name of the house
I think it's
that
Oliver.
we're going to, the mansion?
The Oliver House, right?
The Oliver House, right?
I believe
I hope we don't get it wrong.
Pam will confirm it, but the Oliver House is this huge, old, cool-looking, historic mansion that hasn't been investigated a lot. I know Pam and
Oliver House, that's it.
I know Pam and Steve have been in there, and a few other people, but not many people. So our plan is to hang out at the Hoover,
Start at the Hoover.
go back to the Hoover afterwards and hang out and drink and eat pizza and whatever before and after, but to actually investigate the Aller House, which will allow us to spread out into a building we've never been in and investigated.
Nope.
And, you know, Cody Satori will, I don't know if they'll set up there with their objects. They'll probably have to.
Well, Pam and I were talking about setting up and doing the lecture and the thing right there at the Hoover House. And then going and then walking over to, which I think is a great idea. Great idea.
I don't know if I agree with that, but anyway. I think again, I've never been in that house. I'm hoping that there's activity there.
Oh, we haven't. We've been in it. We walked through it.
I mean, when I say been in, I mean
investigated. Yeah. Okay. I'm a literal person.
Holy crap! Literally, she knows exactly what I meant. We were there together.
How do I know what you meant? I'm not in your head.
Wow.
It is awesome. I can't wait.
That's just what we're going to do.
Let me lay back and be still.
Time. I mean, it's just...
I'll be still. How's that?
But again, I'm looking forward to it. I wish it was warmer, but it's not going to be. But hanging out with everyone at the Hoover House, even before the investigation and afterwards, it's worth the trip alone. You know, I ain't going to no barn if there's no heat.
Yeah,
other
barn
people
heated?
Other people go out in the barn. I am not doing anywhere there's no heat.
Not nose temperatures. Hello, everybody that's joining us.
But that's coming. It's crazy that we're already into December 2nd or whatever this is, and here we are. We're looking at the Hoover House weekend.
No heat.
And then no heat, no investigation. That's what John's rules. Unless anybody else wants to go out there, have at it, man. But here it is. It came up on us really, really quick. We've got some new gadgets that we're going to try out. We don't know. We're kind of testing them out here and there to see if they'll work and how they work. But
hi, Travis.
Cody Satori will be there, and I'm sure they'll be bringing their objects with them. I don't know how many. We'll talk about that. I don't know how many they're going to bring, but I always seem to have Jolene and Liza with me. So I am looking forward to that. So I get good stuff off of their objects. I don't know what it is, but those two objects in particular like me, and they interact with me. So
you're surprised by that, huh?
No. The dead, the living, they all like me and interact with me. You're the only one with the problem. You're the only one.
I'm the only one that lives with you.
This is what you next week. This is what you have to look forward to. Maybe just maybe there may be a Cards Against Humanity game going on at some point, which we had a ball doing with Tracy and Joe and Pam and Steve. That was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed Comfy Couch with you too in chat. That's what we do as well. I mean, we after the investigation and before a little bit, we do hang out. We eat leftover pizza and we talk. And when it was nicer last year, people sat on the porch. I don't see that happening. But there's enough room in the Hoover House where
they have a heated thing out on their porch.
Well, the
won't be enough for me.
The barn, the heated thing, that's all you. You go out and you enjoy yourself.
For diehards that love the cold.
But again, Frank's Pizza, I love it. I can't get enough of it. I'm sure we'll get Frank's Pizza. I'm sure we'll get some other food and we'll have it. And we'll be eating it after and just hanging out and having fun. And Game of Chance. Yes, Games of Chance. Go. But go ahead and do that before I
want you to lift it out.
No heat, no haunted. It's
no haunted.
It's a scientific theory, proof that spirits cannot exist in the cold.
Well, we found out differently at a 300-year-old. I'm going to have to lift it out.
It's scientifically proven.
I don't trust not to drop it.
Then what are you messing with?
Because I want you to show. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love Ray who follows our group and has
Can you
come
see
to
me
some
through
of
the
our
glass?
events.
No.
I gotta tilt it a little because I think the there you go. There you go. That's perfect. So that's a stained glass with metal around it, and one of our friends, Ray, actually handmade this specifically for us, and I just wanted to show you because I am just blown away by this. He surprised us with it on Saturday, and it's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. And I just wanted to share it with you because there's so much work involved in it.
That means the rest of you have to up your game. When you give us stuff, it's
no. Just look at the. I mean, not for nothing, but look at the work. If anybody understands stained glass and it's metal and not wood around it, it's just amazing what he did.
So now we have our Paranormal Savior.
Thank you, Ray.
We have our Paranormal Savior mug, shirts, and action figures. We have the first stained glass for the cult/church that I'm going to be starting next year. We're getting there. We are getting there.
You're gonna have a flock, all right.
There's those jokes. No, it really, Ray, awesome job. We were shocked when he's like, I have a gift for you, and all of a sudden I opened that up and I'm like, whoa.
I mean, it's the craftsmanship on this and how beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
So we did our last event of the year in New Jersey this past weekend, Centenary University. Cold that night too.
It was cold.
Last time there for this year. Cold night. Yeah, that shirt. You can't wear that one.
Lauren.
You can't wear that one out. But it was our last one in New Jersey, which is kind of weird to say for this year.
Yeah.
No students around because of the break, so it was kind of like an eerie kind of feeling.
It did. It was different, wasn't it?
Yeah, just walking around, it was real quiet. Every now and then, there were a few students that I guess stayed on campus for whatever reason, and you would see one or two, but other than that, it was just like cold and quiet, and that's what I love investigating the most because it's different.
But
the air is different. The feeling is different.
Even some of the people brought some energy with them that was really bizarre. There was a couple that actually lived a few blocks down the road. Young couple, a family had been there forever, and there was a murder in their family. And I'm not going to put out the details, but a murder in their family where somebody was stabbed on their porch, and the murder was never solved. And that actually jumped into our investigation,
but she's not going to give any details.
No, I'm not.
She's going to tell you it's not far from the college. Somebody was stabbed, and they never found the murderer. But
I'm not going to put out the names and the people and stuff and the personal stuff. I'm just putting out a few little things that But it was just really bizarre how that leaked into our investigation. Oh, you do. Why are you doing that?
Oh, you do. What?
Meaning that he said, I still have Travis said he still has the picture of the shadow that was in the chapel.
No, I love that place. I do. We talk all the time about you can be anywhere once a week, once a month, every other week, and the activity could go up and down, and you never, ever, ever, ever know. And that's kind of the cool thing about what we do, but it's also kind of the kind of thing that kind of like you go to yourself, boy, I hope this isn't one of those nights. You know what I mean? And when that happens, that's another reason why we go to different parts of the different areas and do different things, because there's always a chance that whatever spirits were there 2 months ago or around Halloween when we were there weren't around for whatever reason. And I had like intermittent stuff. I've never, ever, ever not gotten an EVP in one area of the library, and I got one in 4 groups, and that was extremely rare to where I was even like, where are you? Did you go with the students? Were they on break too? Because it was just really, really weird. I mean, there was stuff that happened intermittently here and there. Some funny stuff that I can't really talk about. But it was it was a weird, again, weird night, and the energy just kind of ebbed and flowed. And
That was my experience for the night too, except for when one individual came into my group and she had such an energy vibe about her that everything just kind of changed immediately, and activity started happening.
Yeah, I'm not going out there in the cold at the gallows, or I'm not going anywhere outside when it's cold. Those days are over. I've done. I'll tell you a really quick story that goes way back, way back. We, I talk about this guy who was one of the OGs of the New Jersey Paranormal, John DeMonico, who I love, like still love like a brother, and I miss him a lot because he was such a character, and he had a voice and an accent unlike anything I had ever heard before. He was from Brooklyn, and it was kind of a Brooklyn Elmer Fudd type of, like, it was heel. Everything was heel. Is anybody heel? Is anybody over here? And it was just, it was like from a movie, but it was how he really talked. And John and I, again, back in the early days, where we would have investigated anything, anywhere, we got invited to a garage of all places, a garage, like a mechanic's garage. I think it was near Hoboken Sea Caucus because we were near the water. That I remember, and we could see the New York City skyline. And we drive to this address, and it was a garage. Bay doors down, no heat on, no power on. And we go in there, and it was probably January. It was probably December, January, February. It was definitely the coldest time of the year. And him and I are hearing all these reports about tools flying across the room, loud bangs, and seeing stuff. And we're like, you know what? We'll bring a space heater with us, and, you know, we should be good. And the space heater was one of those. So we put that in what was the quote unquote office, which was the size of a closet, and the rest of it was open garage with, you know, still some cars in there, and, you know, tools everywhere. And him and I are in there, and we wanted to give it a good enough shot to where if there was something there, we were at least going to give it a chance. So we were probably there for, I want to say, 3 or 4 hours, and we kept going back and forth, running into the office and just around this little space heater. And we're like just trying to get our hands, feelings in our hands. That's all we kept trying to do. And then we're like, okay, we're going to go back out there for like another 10 minutes. And then we're going to come back in here. And we would go out there. We would try to do some more EVP stuff. We would try to do whatever else we were trying to do. And we come back in there, and no voices, nothing was thrown. The most we heard sounded like a tool or two, like moving. It was like a bink, or like a tool sliding, like spunk, and that was about it. But again, looking back now, it was fun that we did it, but I couldn't wait to get back in the car, turn the heat on, and just feel.
Having said that, in all honesty, because when you're physically uncomfortable to the extreme, whether you're super hot where you're sweating and it's miserable, or you're extremely cold and you can't get warm, how well do you think you can really focus and really try to communicate with? It's kind of like when you're talking to a normal person and you're under those extreme conditions.
But John and I had a good time together, so we were joking about it the whole time.
Yeah, but again,
but other than that, if it was that cold and things were flying across the room, yeah, I just stayed.
Really?
In a heartbeat.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
Been a different, but again,
I stayed in a heartbeat.
Do you think with, and that's a good point, with temperatures being extreme one way or the other, do you think that can drastically affect your investigation?
You as a person,
yes,
of course, you're dealing with the elements.
Okay, but you don't think that.
Like I said, for me, whether it was 100 degrees or -5, if I'm seeing apparitions and things are flying, I'm going to be like.
What I'm saying is, do you think temperature can be a factor for spirits?
No, not on their end.
No. You don't think so?
No, on our end, no. Why would temperature affect them?
Well, who knows? We don't know.
They've transitioned.
But here's the thing. I'm just throwing it out there as a plausible argument. I mean, I've been up in the attic with people over at the John's Innkeep's house, and we were sweating, and we had EVPs and stuff happening.
I think my husband and I sat with you and your family at the picnic table at Perry.
That might be to someone else.
I don't know who you were talking to there, Lauren, but was it? I mean, my daughter was there, but I don't think she would never go outside to eat from a food truck. She's not that type of person. She has a very strict diet, like about what she can eat and what she won't eat, you know. So I don't know whose family that was. But anyway, yeah. If someone told me tomorrow that I could go into a place where there is no such thing as guaranteed, but guaranteed to have like one of the best paranormal experiences I ever had, yet it was going to be -10, -20.
You do it.
Damn right I do.
We've done it.
Damn right I do.
We've done it.
In a heartbeat.
And
I wouldn't even think about it.
When we went to that 300-year-old farm, and it was you, me, and Tanya, and it was brutally cold. You remember she left the car running, and we'd go in and we'd investigate for like 15 minutes, and I'm not kidding you. This was like 3 houses all connected together. It was massive, and it was so many levels. We still haven't fully investigated the whole thing. It's so big. And we've been back several times. We would literally every 15 minutes run out to the car to unthaw. And that's what we were literally unthawing. And we had our warmers on our feet. We had gloves. We had hats. I mean, we were bundled up like Eskimos.
Yeah, the heat's different. I mean, we do events in the heat. So we're like, I've been in places where I've literally sweat through all my clothes within the first 10 minutes. And then it's like being out in the rain and being wet. Okay, I've already sweat through everything. I'm hot. As long as I stay hydrated a little and drink some water or whatever, I'm good. You know, the heat that really does it. It bothers me, but it doesn't. Not as much as the cold. But anyway, getting off track. So after we do the Hoover House, then it's the Creeper Gallery, Friday the 13th. That was so great that it fell on that date. You know, when we were looking for dates to pick, it was like there is a Friday the 13th in December, but let's do it then. And you know, lots of people have reached out, and I didn't get in, and we keep telling people 8 spots. That's really all Donna could fit there, and she tried to do the best she could with what she could, you know, but 8 spots is it, and even that's a good time. That's the one I'm saving my ugly sweater for. I was going to wear it this coming weekend, but I'm saving it for the Creeper Gallery because it's more for intimate settings. It's not for. Although we'll probably set off every EMF detector that I have, but it's pretty cool. I like it. We were looking at other ones.
I'm not going to be a fuddy-duddy. I'm dressing for Christmas in Gettysburg.
Someone has to get the attention.
No, Patricia.
They dress up as a deer. They
too.
dress up as this, and they dress up as.
Yep.
They're a zombie at the party.
Enjoy.
They're this at that.
I am going to enjoy every bit of the holiday. Absolutely, and I make no apologies.
Okay, but again, it will be a bit of a chilly walk, but we'll be heading over to the Holler House, which I'm hearing is heated. It better be, or John ain't gonna be in there for long. So that is a huge, beautiful old mansion
with a lot of historic things in it.
How quote unquote haunted it is, I have
we'll get
no
to find
idea.
out together.
No idea. But yeah, you should wear an ugly sweater to the Creeper Gallery. It'll be fun.
And for this weekend.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna buy 2. I mean I got the one. No, that's what I got my thermals and my warm socks.
You got the right idea, Patricia.
Believe me, I love downtown Gettysburg so much during the we were there one weekend, it rained and it was cold.
Yeah.
The entire time. And we were still out there.
We were
the whole time.
We enjoyed every last bit of it.
And they didn't stop. They were still doing the ice sculptures and things were happening everywhere. Going to be freezing Gettysburg this weekend for the Christmas. Yeah.
We're ready.
December.
We're ready for it, Melissa.
You know, we got lucky in November. I think people got spoiled thinking it was going to be 50 and 65 degrees.
Yeah, because we're hitting 70
the
and
entire
80s
winter.
Like, wow.
No,
I'm okay with it. You know what? It's supposed to be crisp air It's supposed to be cold.
Crispness.
Crisp air. It's supposed to be crisp. It's supposed to be cold. Into that. And again, we can go down and get
Hello,
some
Alex.
chestnuts.
Ew.
They're good. Oh yeah.
I got my hillbilly hat. You know, the one that's like this, and it got the things that come down here. Those old lumberjack hillbilly hats. I got one of those because I have ear problems and eye problems. So I mean, for me, I got.
What was that guy, Ernie? Ernest? What was that guy that would wear them? That would do that? That comedian?
I didn't watch hillbilly comedians. Sorry.
Ernest.
Hot apple cider.
Ernest.
It's all that
Ernest
stuff.
is his name. Ernest something. I
I
forget.
don't like chestnut. I don't get that whole thing.
Oh, those are so good when they're roasted over that fire. Please.
Of course, Luann knows who you meant.
Of course she knows who Ernest is. Everybody knows who Ernest the comedian is. Give me a break.
They really don't.
All those movies that he did, you know. I bet if we put one on, you know instantly who it is.
I guarantee you, I've never seen an Ernest movie.
I doubt it.
I guarantee you.
I'm gonna eat an apple now. That sounds so much better. There you
Griswold, yes, a Griswold hat. That's exactly what it is.
That too.
I am really getting excited. I mean, I can't wait to be in the car. And first time I tried them last year. Again, we got lucky last year. It was sun was shining.
Right? I told everybody they were good.
It was beautiful last year. I think we had light jackets on. It was beautiful last year.
It was.
We knew we lucked out then. No, I really don't, John. I prefer mine warm, but not,
Vern,
not roasted.
that's right, Heather. Heather knows who it is.
Not roasted. Please, Sean McGinnis. We announced the expo. We had a meeting today with the mayor of Woodbridge, and we talked for a while about the expo and all the years of doing it, and it was not really a question of not doing it again. It was more or less just, how are we going to do it, and what do when are we going to do it, and all that other stuff. We can't move out of that November weekend time slot because of the Board of Education and sports and all that stuff. The cool thing is, for some, not for others, we understand that people have children, but the Friday night VIP party is Halloween. We've never had that, and this is 11 years. We've never had that. So that will be really cool. We're going to be, again, it'll be a costume party.
Yep.
It'll be Halloween. It's going to be freaking awesome. Awesome.
Yep.
And then it was a matter of the convention itself. I know there are people that came for the first time this year or last year, and they had the 2 days and they really enjoyed it. They got to do everything and see everybody and meet everybody. And, that was something we tried after COVID and after the July hot convention that we had. But the mayor and we, decided to take it back to 1 day. And it's a combination of things for both the township and for us as well. One of the things being is, 2 days is really, really tough. Really, really tough. Physically for us, it takes a toll. And then the more years we do it, the more toll that it takes. But, the township, again, has their reasons. We have our reasons. We enjoyed the 1 day event because for us, there was nothing better than party, convention, party.
And on a party.
That Saturday night party, I used to love that party because I'm not a drinker, but I would enjoy that party, get to hang out with people, stay downstairs till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, drinking my Coronas. Yes, I'm a lightweight, but I would have the best time. And then go to bed, and it's daylight savings still Sunday. So we get to check out late at the hotel.
Not rush over to the high school before everybody else to get stuff going. And it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable. And we're getting older, and it takes a lot more to recover with the schedule that we have.
But like I said, we're taking it back to the one day just to see how that goes again for this year. And again, if it's anything's wrong with that, then we'll figure out for the next one if that happens. But
Thank you, Dominic.
this was again the discussion we had for this one that we all kind of agreed on that again, I love the idea of a Halloween party. I do, and I know for some people that'll be an issue. Will I?
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Come on.
I said I'll think about it.
I think on a really good costume, and
I said
we'll put
I'll
it together
think about
for
it.
you.
Problem is, there's stuff set up all day Friday, so there's not a lot of time.
I totally understand that. Totally get that. But if we can somehow make that happen for you, and put that together, I would like to do that for you.
Yes.
I'd like for you to be in costume.
Great.
And not as the paranormal savior, although that might be a costume.
Some people want to see me as Jesus, but
that might happen.
There
you go, Celine.
I will.
Oh no, Celine.
I would never. I'm very superstitious about dressing up as.
You are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Believe me, I don't wear crosses because I'm afraid of that. So, experienced VIP party first time ever this year. They were so many.
Thank you.
And that's again, we're going to blow those out this year, especially being the time of the year that it is, with Halloween being one of them. We're going to blow those out. I mean, they're going to be so much fun, as will the convention. I mean, yes, it's a one day, but still, there'll be plenty to do and see and experience in that day. So make plans to be there November 1st. And if you can make it to the parties, yeah, by all means, get tickets to the parties. But that was the reason. Again, the meeting was never, the mayor was never like, we're not doing this.
Thank you, Alex.
It was always a measure. It was always kind of, how are we doing this? And how do we want to do this? So,
no, there'll be a Friday VIP party and a Saturday VIP party. There'll be 2 VIP parties, just one expo day.
Patricia always has the questions. Always, always. And it literally says on the poster, Halloween night VIP party, Saturday, November 1st, expo, Saturday night party. But Patricia, I know.
Because she's on here right now.
I know.
She's
Patricia going to be there this weekend?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Good.
Thank you, Kathy.
Patricia, you and I will have some Frank's pizza, and we'll talk. Indeed, I do. But yeah, tomorrow night again, Jason Hawes will be on with JV. They're good guys. We got to hang out with them, like I said, for 2 nights, and I really got to get to know JV, who I hadn't ever met before.
I'm looking forward to them actually sharing some stuff because we have no idea anything that happened when they were doing what they were doing and filming at the mine. So maybe we'll learn a little bit more. That's what I'm eager to find out. On their tour, going through the mine, just so like whether videoed, if there was anything specific.
I don't know if they're gonna.
I hope they do.
The episode hasn't aired. I don't know.
I know that, but I would like to know a little bit of
this
stuff.
This is why you can't do it the way you're thinking of doing it, because you're gonna spoil the episode.
I know. I don't want to, but I'm just curious at what.
Maybe I should do that.
I just would be curious at what their impression is. That's all.
Well, follow my lead.
I don't need to follow your lead.
Just.
I'm a big girl.
Don't ruin it for anybody.
I'm not.
Don't
how
have
could
Jason
I ruin
mad at us
something that I don't know?
You're going to ruin the whole episode and talk about what you know before it even happens, because she has a habit of doing it. We'll be watching movies together, and if she figures something out, she's got to tell you. She has to tell you. You have to tell. I am not as quick on picking the mysteries of the show or the movies up as somebody else is, and she'll blurt out, "Oh, that's because that's her brother," and I'm like, oh. I'm like, why do you feel the need? Like, she can't keep it in.
No. What he doesn't understand.
Blurt it out.
I lived many years by myself. Many years by myself.
What does that
and when you sit by
yourself,
you tend to talk out loud. And I do. My mind is whatever comes to my mind would go.
She literally ruins things for me over.
It's not me ruining
over,
things. He thinks this is personal.
I just said you ruined
it's
it.
It's not personal. I'm not trying to ruin it. I'm just being me, doing what I naturally do. And I've curbed it quite a bit. He just doesn't realize it. Tony does.
Let me give you
thing.
again. There was a perfect example of her and what she does and how she is. We were talking about. I won't say who we were talking about, but she was referencing somebody who, without meaning to, insults her, and some others, and they don't mean to, because they don't. It's just the way they are. They don't know what they're saying. It's just who they are and how they say things. And this one here will do the Talladega Nights with all due respect and still zing you and expect it not to be a zinger. She literally like, well, I was saying it this way, but it's still a zinger if you're telling me, oh, well, I meant it this way. But
he
no,
has a
you
million
still
triggers.
Zing me.
Here's the thing. John has a million triggers.
Not true.
It's like walking on eggshells when it comes to certain
I just want to watch a movie and follow it at my pace without you telling me, no, that's the killer. Then that's the killer. She's really dead.
What he tells you is, I'm not saying it to him. It comes out of my mind. Oh, that.
Like, thank God I didn't
like
watch
in my
Sixth
head,
Sense
it's like
with you, or like any like mystery movie. You'd have ruined everything. She does it all the time too.
I don't
she
mean
just
to.
did it like last. Literally, we're watching this movie, and I was really, really into it. I mean, I'm really into it, and I'm following along, and she just blurts out, "Oh, it's obvious that." And I went, and I said to her, "You ruined it for me." And she's like, "Well, I didn't." I'm like, "You literally just ruined this movie for me." And she didn't care. You laughed like she does now.
I did care, but I can't take it back.
It's already ruined.
I can't.
Well, you're gonna watch stuff by yourself, because I ain't watching anything I want to see.
So you know what he does
with you anymore.
He intentionally. We're watching something. He turns to me, and goes, "Oh, by the way, that happens. How does it feel?"
Yeah, but I don't. Again, she is like. Again, there are people that can do escape rooms and figure out puzzles. She loves puzzles, so she looks at every little and picks up on every nuance. And then there's other people like me who get to the end and they reveal the mystery. Don't watch with her if that's what you want. Yeah, duct tape. You're right.
Oh, Heather. Oh.
But yeah, literally did it to me last week. I was really into it too.
We'll put headphones on him and he can plug it right into the TV. So
I don't have to. This way I'll just watch your mouth going and I wonder what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't mean to. It really is a thing of mine. Like, one
character flaw.
I am a very literal person. So for me, when you say something, it goes through the literal filter first.
Oh, you can't joke with
before her. Then I process it again and go, oh, then I get like whatever, and it's not so literal. And I've had to train myself to try not to be so literal.
Let me tell you.
Hold on, let me finish first. And then living by myself for many, many years. I mean, John's only lived with me for 7 years. So I've spent many years living alone. And I do. When you're in the house alone a lot, you tend to talk out loud, or you say things to the TV, or I'll be sitting, and I do.
Yeah, I guess you.
And I literally, when things popped into my head that I've resolved, I go, well, hot damn, that's so and so. I know what's going. Oh, okay, that's that one did this. That one, okay, that's the connection.
And then the cat shakes her head, and they go on about their business.
And it's just like boom, boom, boom.
Let me tell you a Chris-ism. Here's another Chris-ism.
Do you notice that I know John-isms? You just do
Here's a Chris-ism. If I said, hey, this person texted me and they made a comment about this, and I replied like with a joke, her immediate response is, did they laugh? Even if I'm telling a story where I said, you know what this one said to me? They said they were doing this, and then I tell her what the joke was. She goes, and did they laugh?
Do I do that?
You do it all the time.
Really?
Did they, like, that's your knee-jerk reaction. And did they laugh? It's like such a weird response. It's like,
thank you, Laura. Thank you for any. I do have delayed reactions to jokes.
Did they laugh? You say
100%, John.
And did they laugh?
What's wrong with asking that?
It's just a weird response. Like,
John finds a lot of my things weird. He
You're like
finds a lot of
Spock.
my quirks.
It's like you have to explain it to
It drives
Spock.
him so crazy. The little things that I do, like me just sitting. I'm sitting over
My
on this
jokes
side
are
of my couch,
completely wasted
and
on
even
her
just doing the
most
little
of the
movements
times.
or whatever that soothe me or make me feel drives him crazy. He's talking to you guys, but he's watching to see if I cross my eyes, if I'm moving. Like even sitting, we can't sit in those chairs because I rock. Drives him insane.
We're not
It's
even sitting in those chairs, and you're.
Because that's what I do.
Well,
Listen, I'm either itching, tugging, pull, whatever. These are things that I do to self-soothe.
this is self-soothing.
Well, this is me energies. It's like bebopping and like you're talking. I'm sitting here. I'm listening. I'm in, hey. What's the problem?
Did he laugh?
Yes.
That's all I need to know. I'm arguing with myself, Laura.
Yes.
I know.
People who live alone, even Patricia, people who live there alone for many years get what I'm saying. These are habits and things that you do. Because you don't have to keep that voice inside.
So
you can bring it out.
A word for that. Insanity.
No, it's not. It's more normal than you think.
But anyway, to get back to what we were talking about before, which you see she's doing it again. I don't a lot. I don't want a lot. My husband drives me crazy. I drive.
Yeah, there you go, Deb. See, that's how it works.
There are many things you could overlook, and believe me, I do. I am on a daily
Donna
basis.
Donna says she does it too.
On a daily basis, probably 1,000
what?
that I overlook, and I don't.
Of mine?
Yes, at least 1,000. I have conversations and arguments with my cat. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, it's all coming into focus.
See, Luann, my little mannerisms drive you crazy too.
Again, like Tony with the rocking and tapping drives me crazy.
Why does it drive you crazy when he's doing it on himself over there?
Luann, thank you.
Why does that drive you?
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
John tells.
Does he laugh?
All the time. But here's the thing: even when he's driving, if I just like my foot taps on the floor or whatever, he goes crazy.
Taps.
I don't speak. I don't say. I don't. My foot, or if I react in a physical way, this man goes crazy. Like I just was like
understating what you do. It is laughable.
No, I'm not.
It is
Rain
laughable. She literally hits that emergency brake as if she's trying to put her foot through the
He's
mat.
over exaggerating.
And she,
you're so right, Susan.
Everything is.
The medication has helped me a lot.
Yeah, thank you. But anyway,
this is mine.
Back to what the original conversation was about when we were. If you guys have any questions again for Jason or JV, we're not really getting. I mentioned this before. If anybody has questions about the Conjuring stuff, you're welcome to ask him. I'll mention it if somebody asks, but I'm not going to talk about that stuff.
No, you think he would answer those?
Jason will answer anything. You don't know that guy? He's done 12 videos on it.
I know,
but I'm not going to broach that subject and really get into that. I'm more interested in, again, the things they're doing now, the places they're going. I know he's on the road all the time. He was on the road when him and I talked a little while ago. And JV is a pretty interesting guy, too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that JV was involved in the things that he was involved in, which we'll talk about tomorrow. But good guy, funny guy, JV. And I ate pizza. It was so funny. Both nights were like, night one we had pizza. So night two, when they were investigating, we're ordering from the same Italian place. He looks at me, he goes, John, will you eat pizza again? I'm like, I'll eat pizza every day, JV. And we ate another pizza together. But he's a good guy. So looking forward to having, and John Zaffis is going to be on next week. And I'll probably talk to Cody and Satori this weekend about coming on with us maybe later next weekend.
Okay.
To talk about the Huva and talk about,
Dolly.
their experiences and, the weekend and all that stuff. I'm a horrible passenger. If you're driving, be aware. I will contort myself to do nonverbal moves to let you know.
I do not let him know my discomfort level. I don't say a peep. A peep.
Here's passenger. It's all a brake, 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 brake. Driver, F bomb, D bomb, son of a B bomb. You name the bomb, you're hearing the bomb. We were literally going down Main Street, and she referred to someone as a few names that I can't mention on YouTube. You will not believe the vocabulary of curses that
psychotic
has.
maniac came flying right up alongside of us on a 1-lane road. You bet I had words for that dude. Absolutely.
She, again, good driver, but takes her a while to get wherever she's going. That kind of drives me nuts too.
What do you mean it takes me along?
I get there faster than you. You really you drive like an old lady.
Okay, here says the man who told me not to take your car down the road going that fast.
Yeah, but you drive hillbilly roads fast, like dirt roads. But like regular driving, you're really kind of. It takes you a while to get there. Then I love when you film her behind the John. I'm gonna secretly film her.
And who missed the deer when he was on the video?
I'm gonna secretly film her one time and just let it run and then edit all the cuss words, and you would be shocked. You would think her evil twin got in the car, because boy oh boy, all it takes is, and she notices everything. Look at that guy up there cutting that guy off. Look at that guy. Did you see what that guy did? He came all the way across. It's like an old lady.
Listen,
like
when you use, it's not. When you I used to race cars, and when you do that, you have to do like 50 million steps ahead. You have to know what's going on behind you, the side of you, and stuff, and that never goes away. So your brain's always going do. So I'm always seeing what everybody's doing around me. Always seeing what everybody's doing around me. That's just a quirky thing that I'm stuck with that. That's not going to go away. Drives you crazy, man. I don't drive like an old lady. What I will say that he refers to as an old lady is that I do like to take the path of less resistance.
Least.
So at least. So what John likes to do, John likes to go down these roads that you have to go across 2 lanes of traffic to get over into to go left. There's no lights. I like lights that I'm not having to try to pull out and stop traffic to get out and shit. That's the way I am, and that's how I like it. And narrate it. What's narrated? Wait, yeah, I used to race cars. Many moons ago, John.
John, she's a hillbilly. I told you this.
And I was very good at it. Henceforth, this man having a heart attack when I put his car into a slide when I missed a turn to bring it back, and he told me not to do that with his car ever again. So
now we're at least in the neighborhood of being responsible drivers. Danielle.
Oh, she's psychotic.
She's her at 25. Yeah. When she was 25, around that age, when she was young, she would speed out of our job, the parking lot, peel out. And everyone would be like, there goes that crazy hillbilly again. But Danielle Voss literally will pass us on the highway, and you see the brake lights for a little while, and then she's gone. She drives fast, and no, we don't do that anymore.
I don't do it on the highway anymore. I'm not a crazy person. I used to do my racing when you're supposed to do racing. All of that stuff I don't do that. But boy, I can drive when I have to, though.
So let me tell you again what we're going to be doing here. Ricky Bobby, you got that right. You got that right. Shake it.
It's Vicky to you.
And bake it. First we shake it, then we bake it. But tomorrow night's going to be Jason and JB, and Wednesday night I'm watching the weather. It's supposed to be a wintry mix, maybe Wednesday night.
Really?
That's when I plan on going to the Creeper Gallery. Again, I did see a video that Donna posted about some new doll or two that she has. So If not Wednesday, then Thursday. I doubt Thursday though. It'll probably be Wednesday. What's today?
Monday.
Yeah, it'll probably be Wednesday. So we'll figure out with the roads and everything. But I got some new gadgets that I want to try at the Creeper. So it'd be interesting to see how they react with the objects or interact with the objects. So it's always cool to try them out there. That's what I like about getting new stuff too. That's my lab. I bring them into the lab and I see what they do. Some of them are weird. Some of them you have to tailor in a way to get the results out of them. I know that sounds really, really strange, but I got this one device that I was trying yesterday, and I ordered it from Italy of all places, believe it or not. And it's really, really, it's different, but the way you have to use it is going to be different as well. I was trying different methods, and I had a really weird interaction as I kind of was staring at this thing, and there are words that come out and they show up, and I just kind of zoned out and I started asking questions about people that were here and around me, and there are a lot of random words that come out of this thing, a lot of words, and within a little tiny sequence there were some words that didn't mean anything, but it said mom, sister, and morning.
Get out.
All within like 7 words. Those words appeared as I was talking about anybody being there, because I was recording questions and monitoring the words.
Were you kind of in a meditative state? Is that when you said you zoned out?
I was kind of like, my mind was kind of like thinking of other things while I was doing what I was doing, so I wasn't really focused. But it's hard to explain. But there's going to be a different way to do this method that I still have to work out, because there is a lot of randomness to it, but there's some stuff in between that I was like, where did that come from? Like, I wasn't getting that at all. And then all of a sudden, bing, bing, bing. And I was like, well, that was something. So I do believe that spirit can manipulate electronics and objects. I don't believe they could do it all the time, every time, but I believe, like, as if someone, spun something, or we saw like letters going by on a wheel or something, or words every now and then. As people, I think we could hit that right one and time it correctly, whereas other times we may, it was the word Bob instead of, I meant to say stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if there was such a thing, I think that happens, especially with this kind of device, the randomness. But then when it pinpointed a few, it's worth trying. And then the other thing I got is just kind of weird. We'll try that out too. I like the weird stuff. So, but that's what you'll see at the Creeper Gallery. You'll see some new stuff, and whether it works or not, it's always worth trying. Anyway, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here and on YouTube.
Jason Hawes and
JV Johnson, Jason Hawes will be here. Any questions you guys have, we'll be happy to ask them. Go to Jason's YouTube channel if you don't know what he's doing now, Jason Hawes. You can look him up. There's a million videos on there, places that he's gone with JV and investigated. And the Sterling Mine will be one of them coming up soon. And from what I hear, it was pretty darn good. So other than that, see you tomorrow night with Jason and JV, and then Wednesday night from the Creeper Gallery, and then
weather permitting,
Friday night, Saturday night. I will be at the Creeper Gallery Wednesday night.
Weather permitting.
I will be there Wednesday night.
If it's see you, Matt.
Friday, Saturday, the Hoover
Nation.
So
have a great night. Guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please remember to be kind to each other. Good night.